I gave Spawn Ranch guys who were doing the remodel a heads up that I would be coming. So, yeah, we're not technically breaking in here. Oh, yeah. There we go. Damn. Pretty sick. I like the scale of everything. It's kind of like brought down a notch, because before this was like, I don't know, a 4 foot tall bank. Oh, you can see. I guess it's still going to be like 4 foot. So this is just all the styrofoam fill. Yeah, the top's going to be up there. Pyramid. It's going to be a nice pyramid.
So they just put this here to like hold it in place, like where the shit's going to go?
So anytime you're going to make a large structure out of concrete, it's not like solid concrete.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's only, 4 to 6 inches or something like that with a rebar.
But they leave this foam under it?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because
I did not know that.
When all the weight is distributed on it, it's not like it's going to cave in or anything. Like, think about like certain parks where, there's the transition. It's just like a potato chip.
Yeah.
Like, that's enough,
Yeah.
So this is just kind of there to support it when they spray it.
Oh, I just thought that there was like, I don't know, wood under it or something.
Yeah, and this is like how they do all the street leagues and stuff too.
Dude, I for sure thought it was like wood. I didn't know it was styrofoam.
No, just styrofoam.
Wow.
Pretty expensive.
I will say, dude, this park means a lot to me. So
Yeah?
I'm pretty excited on this redo.
What about it means a lot to you?
This is where I started my YouTube channel, man.
No shit?
Yeah, this
wow.
park. Jesus Christ. This is where John and I used to come all the time.
John was always here.
Yeah, John got me into coming here too.
Okay.
I love this place, dude. This place is super special to me. So the fact that it's like getting a proper update is really nice.
It's finally gonna be like a real skate park.
And I mean, I even liked it before. I liked the flat bar. I liked all the ramps. It just, pieces were coming up and nails were sticking out, and
it always kind of had that vibe of like this junkyard skate park, because it's just a sport court that the city was like, yeah, we'll make it a skate park. We'll like throw some stuff there.
Yeah.
And it had this big expansion joint that everybody always had to bondo. And so it's gonna feel like a legit park now. So fun fact about this park, I think it's the only skate park in the city of Long Beach that's technically free. Like, it didn't cost the city anything.
Why is that?
So original Ghetto Park was off of 14th, actually really, really close to where the shop is. And it was in this little like green belt off of Magnolia. And it had what used to be there, the quarter pipe, that was like the steel frame with the skate light.
Yeah.
And then the other bank and this centerpiece. So that was all there. And then they raised money to get the new Ghetto Park built, and that moved to a new location. And then they had all those leftover pieces, which were still in pretty good shape. So then Mike Donnellan, who is the executive director of the Ask Foundation, former city councilman, who is pretty much responsible for all the skate parks getting built in Long Beach, worked a deal with the city. He's like, hey, we have these obstacles that like aren't in bad shape. We should put them somewhere. And they identified Silverado as where they would put them. And then the same thing happened with Cherry. When Cherry got remodeled, the up ledge, the 3-stair block, and what else? I think the old flat bar.
Yeah, all that stuff got moved
all
here.
That got dropped here. And then after Dew Tour came to town, like in 2018 or 19, they had those like art obstacles, like that one kind of steep bank, and then there was that like ride on roller coaster snake. Those got dumped here. So it's kind of just always been this weird catch-all. It's just like the skate park graveyard. And I think that's what made everybody like it so much. It was always kind of like changing.
Mm-hmm. For a while too, it was pretty low key. Like this place was never crowded, but then it became the low key park that everyone wanted to go to. So it started to get crowded. Yeah. And it kind of became like the popular park. Like on Instagram for a while, I remember seeing like clips of the flat bar were popping up just from like random people everywhere.
Fun fact about the flat bar, I made it.
Yeah.
So that was a new flat bar that we made for here, and a lot of people's favorite flat bar.
It's the best. If you've ever been to Silverado Skate Park, you know about this flat bar. It's the best flat bar ever.
That flat bar is leaving. They actually left it for me. So Spawn,
Oh, it's right there.
yeah. So Spawn Ranch, who is doing the renovations, knew that I put this in here. So they were like, "Hey, you want your flat bar back?" I was like, "Of course I do." So if you got any ideas and you skate in Long Beach, hit us up in the comments and let us know what we should do with this thing. I don't want to just give it away to somebody. Don't say, "Give it to me." I want to put it somewhere where everyone can enjoy it.
Right. It's the best thing ever, man. What is that gonna be?
That's gonna be the new bump to bar / down rail on the pyramid.
That thing's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's a one hell of an upgrade. Is this a mold or is this just the...
No, this is what you're actually gonna see.
Oh man, that's sick.
That's gonna go right in the middle. So we're still gonna have that up ledge. Up ledge isn't leaving. I had the idea to put a really mellow bump to it. There's one over at that park in Pedro.
Wilmington. Yeah.
The black one. And I don't know, something about that is just so fun. Like,
It's a fun obstacle.
yeah. So I was like, let's do that here. So this is basically, I think it's gonna stay exactly where it is. It might slide over a little, and there's just gonna be a little wedge to go up to it. So bump to up manual pad, which is cool.
That's cool.
In the middle, kind of in this zone, is gonna be this double-sider. We were gonna do concrete, but everybody who does double-sider concrete curbs at parks, they always end up just getting chunked up.
Yeah.
Because new concrete's just not what it used to be. Like old DMVs and like old curbs have somehow stood the test of time, but like the new stuff just doesn't. So steel is definitely like a better option here. So you can see where that's gonna go here. So the bench is still gonna live here for all the people that like to skate that thing. It's way too tall for me.
Yeah.
This is gonna be really similar to Stoner.
Oh, cool.
You know, the kind of like lazy hip at
Yeah,
Stoner?
I like that.
So we wanted to create sort of like a circular flow, because before this place was very linear. Like you pretty much like, you would throw down and you could hit something and kind of curve the grass and make your way back over here. But now it's gonna have a little bit more flow to where you can like, you know, drop in here, hit the bump to bar, or do something on the, over the pyramid. Boom, you can like 5-0 over this hip. It'll set you up to this. You can hit this hip and it'll set you up to the bump to down ledge. So now you're gonna see like longer lines here.
Dude.
And then over here is gonna be
The
a little manual pad with a larger ledge, so you can grind over the top of the whole thing if you want. Or you could do like, you know, grind, drop down, land manual.
Right. It's basically everything that was here, just improved.
Yeah, that was kind of the vibe, because something that was really important in the process of redoing this place, we didn't want it to feel like, you know, a street league plaza, because sometimes that'll happen in neighborhoods where like they have one of those old prefab parks and it kind of gets this vibe and gets these locals that are all super involved, and then they get some like city funding and they're like, boom, here's your beautiful new street league plaza park.
Right.
And then it just like doesn't have the same character to it, and then you kind of lose that like that organic engagement that happens at shitty parks.
Well, that's what I liked about this place too, is that it's reminiscent of the early 2000s, the way the park is laid out. And like, I personally love parks like that because that's why I grew up skating.
Yeah.
You know?
And with this, we just wanted it to stay like simple, easy, like not mess with the vibe too much, and then just make it safe.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where like there was constantly new holes in the prefabbed obstacles.
And the plates, the sharp metal plates were coming up.
Yeah, there was a lot of just like hazards here. So now it's gonna be super dialed and just nice and last a very long time, because there's gonna be no more prefab. It's all gonna be concrete now.
Yeah.
And then where the flat bar was, there's gonna be this new flat bar. I know some people are gonna hate this because
Well, dude, it's gonna be hard to replace the good, you know what I mean, that flat bar. It's just, everyone loves it.
And part of the whole reason that this is even happening, like 80% of the funding for this came from this company called Nouns. They're a crypto company that does humanitarian work and good stuff. And they have a board of directors, and they select people that are doing rad things in the world, and then they help fund them. So they were like, all right, well, we kind of need our stamp on this a little bit since we're paying for most of it.
Yeah.
So one of their icons is this, they call it a noggle, and it's basically these 8-bit glasses. So these are the like a 8-bit eyeglasses thing that's now the flat bar.
Wait, this is the flat bar?
This is now going to be the flat bar. You're disappointed, aren't you?
It's not circle.
Yeah.
It's square.
Yeah.
Wait, so there isn't going to be a circle flat bar here?
Well, there's the bump to bar. Maybe I hold on to the flat bar.
And you put it back in?
Maybe I put it back in somewhere. Or maybe like it goes over there.
I think you hold on to that flat bar just long enough so that you can put it back here. I mean, don't get me wrong. This obstacle looks cool. Like there's a lot of shit going on where you could do like, I mean, I'm thinking like you can do railie to grinds here. You can jam up this and grind that, but to only have square as your option is a slight bummer. But
Yeah.
dude, who's complaining? We're getting an updated skate park. I'm not complaining. I don't think anyone's gonna be.
People always complain.
People will, but
It's what skateboarders do.
yeah,
People are gonna be so up in arms about this,
yeah,
but whatever, go skate somewhere else.
yeah,
I mean, you're gonna see some cool shit on this.
for sure. Yeah, the only thing that's slightly a bummer is that there is no round flat bar option, but we do have the bump to bar.
Yeah. So over here is gonna be just a nice little quarter pipe with an extension and then a hip. This is gonna be a cool hip. This is gonna be similar to the one that everybody likes at El Sereno. And then it spits you into here. So pyramid, really similar to what was here before. If anything, it's a little bit wider, I think. And then that's gonna get the bump to bar going this way. And then there's gonna be a down rail that way. So you can come here, blast, hit the whole thing, grind across, or blast and hit the down. And then over here is gonna be sort of like a wally to a slightly like down ledge. It's massive. It's like 16 feet
It's
long.
literally right there.
And then that side is gonna be another quarter pipe with a little extension and then kind of like an escalator going down. So you can like hit a grind and like ride through the little escalator. So that's the whole thing. Kind of a lot packed into it.
Dude, yeah. I'm so excited, man. I'm so stoked for this.
Yeah.
You said January?
Yeah, so they've been working on it like a week or two. They spent like a week like demoing, saw cutting, getting all the foam prepped. They're making their form boards on the sides. So they should finish like late January, early February.
Yeah, and we're filming this just like 3 days before Christmas. So
Yeah.
like I said, dude, this place is special to me. So I'm hyped.
So the whole reason this came to be and me getting involved, David Reyes reached out to me like back in 2020, like over 3 years ago. And I think he was riding for Techni at the time, and he was just like looking for something cool to do and a way to give back to the community. And he was like, yo, like Silverado needs like some love. I was like, yeah, it definitely does. And he was like, I want to donate an obstacle. Like I want to get something built or fix something up. He's like, I don't know, I just want to do something there. So I was like, all right, we got to talk to Mike Donnellan because he's the skate park guru of Long Beach. He's got everything built. He's in charge of the Ask Foundation, and he has all the like rite of passage with the city. So he's the dude to like help make this happen. So we got in touch with Mike, and I was like, hey Mike, here's David. He wants to do some shit at Silverado. And then it kind of just like snowballed into this conversation of, well, we could do some repair and maintenance, or like, oh, if we put a new obstacle, maybe we'll get rid of one. And then it was like, well, what if we did more? And what if we tackled like 2 or 3 of the obstacles? And then it turned into like, we should probably just redo Silverado. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And he's like, whip something up of like what you think you'd want it to be. So I came up with the first design, which was similar to this. Some of the obstacles were a little bit different, but more or less like this was the layout. And I was like, this would be cool. You know, we can work with the up ledge, we can work with the 3-stair block from Old Cherry, we can work with the bench, and then pretty much like not really mess with the flow and just like update the obstacles that are there now, but make them concrete. And then we passed that off to Spawn Ranch. Spawn Ranch was like, okay, cool. They kind of like made some tweaks. And then we did a little like public engagement meeting here. And so we invited all these kids and locals out, and we're like, hey, we're gonna redo your park. You know, what do you wanna see? And we just brought out a big board and had all the kids like write, you know, X things out and say their wish lists. And A lot of them were
That's pretty
crazy.
cool.
Like some were like, I want a 5-stair handrail. It's like, you're not gonna get a handrail here.
Right.
Like, I want a vert ramp. I want this. I want that. So we like explained to everybody like what was possible given the parameters of this place, and everybody landed on the design, which is pretty much this. And then it was from there. It was fundraising. So Mike hit up all kinds of people. I think the Visitor and Convention Bureau and the port gave some little grants. The Tony Hawk Foundation gave a $15,000 grant, and then that Nouns crypto company paid for a good chunk of the whole thing. I think all in the skate park is gonna, the remodel is gonna cost like $150,000, which is relatively low in terms of public concrete skate parks.
For sure.
A lot of the newer ones like that you're seeing pop up are $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, etc. So this is a pretty cost-effective park. It's not costing the city a dime. It's all fundraised through the Ask Long Beach Foundation, which I'm the president of. I don't tell a lot of people that. Yeah, I'm the president of the nonprofit.
Well, of Ask?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean a whole lot. I tap into a few board meetings. I let Mike borrow my truck for some of the events. I donate things here and there. Yeah.
Wow, we could just call this video "I am the president."
I am the president. Yeah, so that's kind of how this came to be. David Reyes talked to Mike. I gave a design, said let's redo it. We got the kids involved, fundraising. 3 years later, it's getting built.